Today was a feet and hands day. It sucked.
Feet and hands day?
I got a new pair of work shoes, and
Oh,
they up on the inside one part of my foot. And I busted the shit out of my knuckles on the inside of a door, breaking a boat loose by hand.
damn.
So I'm like, yay.
Nice.
Same knuckles I always hit a button with. So I was like, let's bust the knuckles and let's keep hitting the button.
All right, so first, I guess you guys make your way up to the shrine of you make your way up to the shrine of Shariel, I believe it was you're going to,
Mm-hmm.
where you um, propose to Janra.
Yep.
Janra,
Just for the fuck of it.
this is with a ring too.
I probably should. That's probably why I kept the 300 gold so I could buy a nice ring. The last split,
Okay.
buy a big 150 gold ring or something like that.
Okay. So you picked up a 150 gold ring with was it, I assume it has like gemstones of some kind in it.
Of course.
Okay, yeah. Is it multiples, bunch of different gemstones, or what is
I
it?
don't know. It depends if genres like had an affinity for a certain type. Since Zanelle has the affinity for diamonds and all that, and all her shit's sparkly. Like when genre uses the light cantrip, is it a particular color or anything like that?
Um,
Like if she haven't shown any preference, then I'll just pick whichever diamond is the prettiest. But if she's like a sapphire type or a ruby type, we'd find one of those.
yeah, I don't know if there's I don't think there's probably any.
Or just whatever's available.
Perhaps we'll say that her light has a slightly reddish tint to it. Could just be from her hair.
Oh, that's true. Shit. Well, hell. We'll just take a stab and get her a ruby.
All right. So nice big fat ruby on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some weird polygamy going on.
All right. So yeah, you go ahead and grab the ruby ring before you leave, and then propose to her. Um, she's a little taken aback, uh, but then she kind of gets like teared up a little bit and she says yes. And
Fucking sweet.
yeah, she takes it and hugs you, kisses you at the shrine of Shariel.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a big kind of like mossy green stone with like the image of a faint image of like a woman kind of like with maybe she's like has a cape or something trailing off, or it could just be the way the stone is. It has a very natural look to it, as it was just the stone was just happened to be this way.
So a
And
natural looking stone with the image of a woman.
that people have been worshiping as shrine to Shariel.
I don't know anything about this god, or is it just like, I'm the elf god?
You know she's the known as the Lady of the Vale. Yeah, generally worshipped by the elves, but also by a lot of respect from the Fae as well. Um, Kind of a seen as someone who transitions between the natural world and the Fae world, or the natural world and the human world, at least the
Mhm.
elven world, anyway.
That's probably why I felt compelled to come here.
Um,
I'll write a downtime story to go see it all up
all right,
and make people think I didn't do anything nefarious while I was gone.
that's right. Um, Good luck with that, though. Anyway, from there on, from the shrine, you course correct and start making your way towards the ruined keep slash tree.
Hmm.
Uh,
To make sure to let genre know what was going on. She's like, why are we going this way now?
yeah, I thought you might have told her already.
It's, well, I'm paranoid, so I was hush hush till we did our double back.
All right, so yeah, you make your way there. You're probably first stopped by not stopped. You just basically see you can see that there's a dire wolf that's like stalking you.
Like one of the intelligent kind or one of the fuck off kind?
You tell me.
I don't know. I guess I'm. I guess I want to speak to it in case it's like a druid or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just a very timid hello.
No response.
I'm trying to remember her name. Is it Cernia?
Sunaya was the name of
The
uh,
Guardian, right?
the guardian, as you call her.
Yes. No, I'm just like, all I wish is to seek passage to the Guardian. I bet it's fucking Jasir sitting there or something.
Got followed after all, you son of a bitch.
He just appears in the sky and goes, gotcha, bitch.
uh, um, no response.
Well, I'm just gonna keep going on my way and see
All
if
right.
it makes any maneuvers or whatnot.
Yep. You keep it hangs
Hopefully,
back and stalks. No maneuvers.
as long as there ain't more of them showing up or something. But I won't do anything threatening. I'm not even gonna draw my weapon or anything yet. Just keep on going. Since I don't like hurting woodland creatures and trees and shit no more.
Oh yeah. So you head over. You continue on your way. Stop and camp when necessary. This is probably after the camping, but
Yeah. So is he still following us? He's just like waiting while we camp?
yeah. We'll say that you camped before this happened.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna say if we camp and he's still there, I'll be like, you want some food or
some
something?
food. Some food, puppy.
Oh shit.
All right, so you make your way over to the fort tree. No problems. You just kind of get stalked there,
Mm.
and then basically once you kind of get up there, the wolf disappears, and you start to make your way into the keep.
Sweet.
Um, uh,
Immediately struck down. Game over.
You hear as you're walking up to the keep. You hear kind of a fairly booming voice. Um, Kind of just hollering. Yeah, you hear a booming voice like, "Do not go, my friends. Stand with me. We will face whatever danger comes our way."
Oh shit.
As you're like walking up to the keep, you can hear that coming from the doorway.
Shit. The fucking Inquisition is here. Oh god, if I get here and they've killed her, what the fuck does that mean? I'm just like, I just give a real alarmed look to Genre and I'd grab her by the hand and we duck to the side. We're gonna go to the side of this bitch.
Oh, okay, so you duck over to the side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be caught up in this nonsense. Not yet, anyways.
Hmm.
Unless she's like being attacked, then we'll come to her defense.
No, so you guys jump off to the side.
I'm gonna see if they'll just leave, since I'm all about the peaceful exodus of Sackberry.
Must put the map up here.
I don't know how good we can hide, being as I got shitty dexterity and she's probably wearing heavy armor.
Yeah, you guys aren't the most stealthy pair.
We're just going by the break line of sight. Oh wait, how tall is this keep again?
It's taller in some areas than others. What are you thinking of doing?
I have a ring of jump.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick her ass up and leap up there.
I don't know what your vertical leap is.
What is vertical leap? It's 3 plus strength modifier, isn't it? I think. Oh, me. This is in the SRD, I think. High jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air. Number of feet equals 3 plus your strength modifier, and my jump is tripled with the jump spell, I think. So 3 plus 3, 6, 18 feet vertical.
All right.
That's some hops. Let me make sure the ring of jumping isn't like just horizontal leaps or something.
I think that's probably your horizontal leap.
I mean, no, it just says the jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. It doesn't say horizontal or vertical.
Yeah, but there's a horizontal and a vertical jump distance.
I know, but it says just the creature's jump distance. It doesn't. This jump spell itself doesn't differentiate.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's probably fine. What was the vertical jump on you again? Straight
18
bonus.
feet. If I get a 10-foot start, so basically I can use my entire
That's
movement.
the long distance. I think the vertical is something plus your bonus.
No, movement or the horizontal leap is even farther. It's your strength score. So triple my strength score for a long jump, so I can jump my movement speed.
Yeah. Okay, so 18. That's right. You're talking about 6. What, like 3 plus your bonus?
Yeah, 3 plus strength modifier,
okay,
so
gotcha.
6 times 3. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Strong. Them
So,
legs.
Yeah. All right, then. Yeah, you can just bound up to the
Only if I can carry her. I'm not gonna leave her down there.
Hmm. What's your carry weight?
Oh, my carry weight. What is my carry weight? Is it your strength score times 15? Is that what carry weight is? Encumbrance.
You know what? Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, okay. Strength. It's times strength score times 15 was like maximum, I think.
Okay. Okay, if you carry weight in excess of 5 times your strength score, you are encumbered, which means your speed drops by 10 feet. So I would only be able to make a not 18, but 8 foot vertical with that if I was encumbered. And I assume by carrying her, I'd be encumbered.
Yeah, so can't do it.
But
You could
I
jump
can
up.
jump up there and drop a rope.
Sure can. Sure can.
Let's do that.
All right.
Whoosh.
All right. So yeah, you jump down there and then
Oh, I guess there's
drop a
green
rope.
a foot.
Um, and she starts scrambling up to it. As she's doing so, let's push you. We already have one of you over here, don't we?
Where am I at?
And
All right. My dead ass.
And there you go. You got a nice X on you. Let's un-X you. All right. So basically, you're over here, and then you jump up over to up over here, boing, and then grab onto the edge, and then drop the rope.
Mm-hmm. I'll hold on to the rope. That way I can help pull her up as she's climbing. Do some Indiana Jones shit where I like leap backwards and fall down, and we do like a pulley shit. Since I got the leaps. I feel bad. Everybody's like giving me every magic item I have, and I'm like, here, let me use them to fuck you guys over.
Nothing to feel bad about.
Such is the life of being cursed.
All right. So yeah, as she's climbing up, you see someone in full plate come walking out and turn, like look up and they're going over the walls. What ho!
If I come back with full plate, Creed won't care where I went.
That's right.
Oh shit!
So yeah, they climb over and then yeah, you guys climb over and let me get Janner out here too, I suppose.
Right,
So you're kind of like on the wall over here,
right,
basically
got you.
down here.
Since we gave up the goat, I'm gonna say not like really loudly, but loud enough that things around me could hear, I guess, and be like, Cernaya, are you here? Is this like a terrible leap down, or is it just like a hop down?
All right, yeah, you yell out, Sornaya, am I here? No, it's not a terrible leap. It's like 10 foot at most.
Okay.
You can just kind of like climb down, basically.
I just didn't want to leave her stranded on the wall.
Yeah, it's all good.
Fuck it, I'll still do the gentlemanly thing. Hold her and then be like, let's descend. Since I got the hops.
Um, you hear basically sounds mostly coming up through like the staircase here, but also some through there. But you know that the voice is coming from kind of just below you, which is that same voice which says. Uh, says as you hear it just like the infiltrators have breached the walls. It's like everyone to arms.
Oh shit!
You hear like the starting of like footsteps up the stairwell right beneath you.
All right, I'm gonna quicken enhance Earth Channel the charisma one on myself because I'm
Not
gonna
yet. You
need it.
don't hear that. You just hear the voice coming up from there.
Yeah. Well, still, just in case.
Yeah.
In case it comes to that. So can I just literally just leap over here or up to the next level? Because she was up on top last time.
Yeah. You could just climb up to the next level.
All right. Since
Or
it'll
just
take
hop.
them 1,000 days to get around here.
Yeah. Well, you. What do you say it have if you're heavily encumbered? I don't even know if you can pick her up or whatever. Um,
I can only leap 8 feet.
yeah. So she can
Well, let me
climb.
make sure because
She can just climb.
yeah, I need a 10-foot start to do that too. So I don't know because it says my speed is halved.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Worst comes to worst, I hop up there and
So
hold
you
her
hop
up.
up there, and oh yeah, then you could give advantage to her to climb.
Yeah, just be like, here's rope, rope it up.
Yeah, if you drop the rope. So yeah, you have the rope. So you just jump and then you drop the rope down. Yeah, that does it. She grabs onto the rope and pulls herself up with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta
Uh,
have some strength there, genre. You're a fighter. Come on.
yep, she is not pretty easy. Pretty easy to do with the rope there.
Sweet. So are we up on the third floor or just?
Yep, you are going to be here now.
I wish I had this son of a bitch last time I was here. Jeez.
It's so easy to get around this place when you're jumping.
Yeah, no kidding.
um,
And look around for her. Is she up here?
you can. Oh, wait.
Zanelle's about to get anime.
Let's see.
But I can jump 48 feet if I dash.
Damn.
Good lord. 16 times 3.
Yep, that jump. All right, so you do not see her, if that's what you're asking.
Damn it.
Do you end your turn at the top right there?
Um. Well, I don't want to leave genre stranded up here.
Fair enough. It's good enough as any place. Just kind of like walking out on the edge here.
Well, I don't want
calling
her
out
to get
Zanelle,
hit by a rock and fall to her doom either.
calling out to.
Yeah, I guess we'll wait up here once and be like,
Yeah.
Cernaya, do you need assistance? Or I guess we shouldn't say that because then there's no what you call it. There's no coming back from that if these paladins hear that. Just kind of do that sharp emergency whisper like Cernaya.
Yeah.
Or no, you know what? I'm going to speak to the Dragonlings since I'm going to bank on these guys not knowing Draconic. Be like dragon friends. is the Guardian about? Fucking nobody here. This is horseshit.
You you hear Draconic, I guess. You hear kind of like probably like you hear Guardian. Who's the Guardian?
Sonaya.
At this point,
At least somebody's here. You tell me that some bitch flies.
no, he's on the ground down there. Just put him there so you see him. Um, he says, um, you hear him say, kind of like run out, and then just kind of like just kind of gestures, puts his arm up at you, and says, "Halt there, knaves! How dare you enter this honorable fortress without announcing yourselves?"
Do I get to respond or wait a bit or what?
Yeah, you can respond.
I'll be like, oh, it kind of takes one off guard when he sees a bunch of heavily armored, or when she sees a bunch of heavily armored brigands
All right.
taking root in an abandoned keep.
Uh, he uh, he draws his blade and points it out and says, "Brigands, where? I don't see any brigands." As he starts like pointing the sword around him. Um,
I'm gonna sit nonchalantly on this stone edge and kind of kick my feet and be like, "Oh, I thought you were brigands."
uh,
Oh, see my little message. I just wanted to talk to Fairy Dragon.
um, he he kind of laughs and says, and laughs and says, uh, brigand, "We brigands? No. I am Valoran Greenblade, Knight of the Rose." You can see his armor has a bit of a purplish hue to it, and little like swirly patterns on it, including some like roses.
Oh, cool. What was his name again?
Valoran Greenblade, Knight of the Rose.
Valoran Greenblade. Zanelle kind of put her hand on her chest. Oh my, a knight.
Sornaya also like slowly kind of like creeps out here while you're talking to him, potentially unnoticed to you.
Unnoticed to me. Okay.
Potentially until she speaks anyway and says Zanelle, you'll confuse him. Don't toy with Valoran.
I'll just kind of nod.
Valor turns like, was she trying to confuse me, Sornaya? She's
Fucking sweet. We have a converted legion.
Sonaya turns to like, I'm sure she was just having uh, a bit of a jest at your expense.
I was
Zanelle, who have you
smile.
brought with you?
And I will stand up and present genre and be like, this is a companion of mine, my wife to be, actually. Big shit eating grin.
Yeah. Yeah. Janitor kind of like just grabs your hand and squeezes it when you say that, and she has
And
Janra Tanisker. It's a pleasure to meet you, Sornaya.
I was able to pass the truth that you showed to me on to her.
Um, you watch as Sonora kind of just like hops from tree branch to like right here on this little like broken piece of stone. There's like one little tiny piece which is still kind of like straight out, and she's just standing on it with like one of her toes basically in front of
I'm
you.
not rude. I'll give her some room.
She doesn't appear to need it. She appears more balanced on that little piece of stone than you are on your big piece of stone.
I'll just give a gracious bow, I guess.
Um, yeah, you bow. As you bow your head kind of like down to her, she reaches her hand, which is kind of like laced with little bits of like green like plant like vines kind of like growing into it. And bits of those that are not attached seem to almost like physically brush you, as if she like at her whim perhaps, against your face as she waves her hand in front and waves her hand by your face. She says, uh, and she like looks over to Genre and says, "What have you done, Zanelle?"
Well, in Segware, there's a man named Ferris. And he has this, I don't know what it is, magic, technology, some strange process he calls soul transference. It helps abate the madness of the locals, of which I've been afflicted as well as genre has. But when you bond to a partner, you become connected in some fashion at the soul. And it is through this connection that I passed my experience of the truth onto genre.
Her so yeah, you give a pretty good pretty upbeat explanation of what's going on there, but you just see kind of like this pity in her eyes, this kind of like sadness as she like stares at you,
Oh,
and she said, and she says, she says, you've sacrificed much.
yes, there are many eyes, many voices inside me. But fortunately, all the eyes are focused upon the visions of flame and axes, and all the voices remain silent to allow me to speak, so that I may continue for the true goal of Segware.
You've polluted yourself in order to pass on the truth. Such sacrifice. I'm proud of you, Zanelle.
It's easy to do what is right.
You hear down from down below. You hear, verily.
I like that guy. He's all right in my book. But it's not just me bearing this as well. Then we have a cadre of of others who have been brought in, shown the truth to try to share the load, the burden of this transference. Many of us have undergone multiple transferences in an effort to spread the truth. It was my wish to have everyone simply walk out of Segware knowing the truth, and you wouldn't have to fear anyone returning to the city and feeding the beast below.
You can notice that there's some elves down at the bottom floor, kind of like staring up at you. They apparently slowly walked out to listen to you guys speak.
Cool. Get to pontificate.
She says, "Have you just come to show me this, or is there more?"
Well, I've actually come seeking your aid, if you can spare any, because I fear we will be discovered, or probably I've already been discovered in some fashion by the many powerful others that work in Segweir. Another lover of ours, Mert, who's the leader of the Adventurers Guild and actually on the council of Segweir, is in jeopardy, as well as Theris himself, if you wish to utilize his methods for yourself in some fashion. I will go on to say that I do not trust Theris as an individual. I've heard some terrifying things about him, such as that he may travel the path of bones, whatever that may be. But he has been vital to spreading your message.
She says, "So you fear being exposed and attacked by this council?"
Well, some members of the council. Mainly one named Jasir. You may recall him the last time I was here. He was the young druid.
She says, "While my word has sway here, I do not control all that you see before you." She kind of like gestures around. You can see like a tree kind of like moving around off over here.
Just off in the
Yeah,
distance.
just off a little ways around the keep, just kind of like moving up.
He's like, here I come.
Nor can many of our like approach Segweir without being, at least cannot get inside of Segweir. We could be nearby. Of course, that is not true to this one. Not after the glamour that's been placed on him. Gesturing
Just
to, she's gesturing to the to Valoran down there.
so not a brigand, but a knight and a comrade.
Valoran says, is like, "Do you have a mission for me, my lady?" She turns and looks and says, "Yes, perhaps so, Valoran." She she turns, "But if you wish for the might of this entire fort, that is not mine to give."
Mm. Well, it's not exactly might that I wish for, just time, some misdirection, so that I can maintain my discretion.
Misdirection.
Hmm.
You were worried about this Jasir.
Yes, he and others that I travel with have expressed concern for my condition.
But you mentioned him specifically.
Yes.
If we were to remove Jasir,
Oh no.
would that be enough to keep your sacrifice and your plan in motion?
What do you mean remove?
She,
I do not wish harm to befall this Jasir. He is a. We fought in battle many times. He just doesn't know the light of the truth.
perhaps I could show him.
Oh man, if I fucking put a hit out on Jasir. Dick move.
Would this be the help you need?
Well, Jasir certainly would be a powerful ally. He is quite possibly the strongest among the companions I know.
I then I shall pluck Jasir from your life and show him the truth.
And just nod graciously.
She she says, "Can you lure him out?"
It is possible. I'm afraid he suspects my every move. I'm not sure if I could, or if he would heed my words without some supreme manipulation on my part. Perhaps this is where our friend Knight could come in handy. Do you have more like him?
No, he is one of a kind,
One of a kind.
as far as I know.
What happened to the other under your sway?
Cervantes is still here. He's sleeping, but
Oh,
but he could also be awoken.
well, they would suspect him as they suspect me, I imagine. Though a new knight. Do you hold rank among your former comrades, Sir Greenblade?
Uh, he says, "Alas, I cannot remember my former comrades. My memory is uh, faded and sometimes whimsical."
Hmm. I too am troubled by such things, though mainly because of this transference business. Hmm. Perhaps you could pose. Hold the part.
She,
Offer a mission, dangle it like bait, and they may bite.
you're talking to the knight down there.
Well, kind of, I'm just openly thinking.
She said, Sonai says, it says, "Be warned. I have placed a glamour upon him." And she gestures, and then um, uh, there's a bit of a shift in that a pretty minor one there. It just looks like suddenly you where you saw his face. It's just kind of like darkish on the inside of the mask, and he kind of uh, speaks again, and it sounds different this time as he speaks.
Mhm.
Uh, his voice sounds a little bit more like has kind of like a rattle to it almost, and it doesn't sound anywhere near like it did before. It sounds kind of like an echoey rattle. Um, And he says, if it is a he anyway, he says, uh, "Thank you for everything you've done for me, Sornaya." You can also see the eyes are yellow from here.
Ew. So he's just all kinds of fucked.
And then she like waves her hand again, and you can see the face start coming back in.
Wait, what? Like,
He had a face. He had a face with normal eyes, and then all of a sudden he had kind of like no face. Just you could see dark behind the mask, and
so it was just like a
like
black
yellow
shadow
eyes.
and yellow eyes.
I mean, you can't really see too close from here. There could be something there, but like you don't see you don't see the bit of like the bridge of the nose that until she put up the glamour basically, and the eyes change color from like blue to yellow, like normal eyes to like just like yellow eyes, no like iris or anything like that.
I got you. Just a straight up vision of a nightmare. I just kind of whispered. I'm like, what is he?
He is Valoran Greenbade, Knight of the Rose.
Mm. Upon second thought, I don't know if they would be happy to trust another Knight of the Rose after their last interaction with one.
You mean one of the Inquisition? He's not of the Inquisition.
Oh shit!
If anything, he's a worshipper of Antira, aren't you? Praise Antira! He raises his fist.
Antira. Who's Antira? Is that one of the other gods?
Mm-hmm.
Antira.
Yes, indeed.
Well, perhaps.
The great beast, Antira.
Antira. Well, perhaps he could be set up with a tantalizing reward, and but if we go that route, that would drag everyone down. I don't know how to target Jasir specifically. Damn it, quit chewing on plastic, AC. Stop it. You're a butthole. But, let's see.
Is there no way to lure him?
Well, I don't know what he does in his spare time.
What is it that he desires?
He's on the council of Segware as a minister of agriculture. He seeks to rekindle the life in the lands, mainly in the Kingsfield, and in some other farming plot within Segware itself.
She says, well, then perhaps he can be lured from there. If he leaves the city to go do his farming, what could he be lured by? What could he see in a nearby grove that might pique his interest?
The nearby grove. I don't know much about Jasir, honestly. Like, from an out-of-game perspective. I know his parents died and stuff, but Zanelle wouldn't know that. Well, there's only one small thing I know that's happened that transpired outside the Kingsfield that perhaps would. Or no, they dropped that shit off here. I was thinking about the ball of toenail clippings and shit from the dryad that we plucked from the dryad.
Mm-hmm.
Have a bunch of dryads show up holding one up, trying to speak to Jasir.
Yeah, the little binding you picked up from them.
Yeah.
The wrap.
Oh no, we left that next to the Kingsfield.
Yeah, you left it with the body, right?
Yeah, and then we came back later and it was gone or something like that.
Indeed.
Well, I know you have dryads under your sway. We did have a small encounter with a dryad corpse inside one of the buildings within the Kingsfield, and it had some sort of coded message ball made of bark and hair Supposedly, that's what one of my companions said, and we left this near the snowy tree line, and it was taken. Like we know not by who, what the message was, but perhaps he could be summoned if he believes that the Dryads have received the message and have bear good intent. That's the first thing that comes to mind, anyway. Since the only other times I'm with Jasir, he's with a veritable battalion of adventurers.
I see. So then he could be lured by a dryad into a grove.
Possibly, though I'm not sure. Especially given their encounters with Dryads here. Well, there is another. Who's that werewolf lady that we saw, the druid that we didn't kill? I forget her name. I didn't write it down, I don't think. Damn it. I don't know. There's another druid we fought on the way to this keep the first time. I can't remember her name, though. But if she's under your sway...
A druid that you fought on the way here?
Yes, leading a pack of dire wolves.
Ah.
Quite ferocious.
I know the one.
Our group let her live, and then she had peaceable dealings with us.
So she could lure.
Another potential avenue.
She says, I will ask.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, follow me. And she hops down. Boink, boink, boink.
Sweet.
Down the trees, basically.
I like getting ready to do that, and then I turn around and see John, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Shamra will climb down, right?
I'm not going to leave her up there. I'm going to carry her down like a lady.
Okay, you grab her up and then hop down.
Yeah. Like, doop, doop,
Very
doop.
romantic. All right.
All it's missing is some levitating slow fall. I'm going to feel like a dick if Jasir gets caught in my web. So I'm like, basically put a hit out on him with his powerful ass.
you did basically come out here to put a hit on him, as far as I can tell.
I don't know what I came out here for. I was trying to get her to see if she could get Theris on her side, if she could brainwash him. And then Theris would do it for free, basically. Do it to everybody and be like, hey, everybody, let's do this brain transference thing. And then or there'd be a way where she could just transfer the message to everybody all at once. Because Theris would be like, hey, I can make a soul beacon or whatever.
If you had a problem with getting luring Jasir, luring Theris would probably be doubly hard. Like, does he leave the city? No, he doesn't really even leave the sanitarium, except for every once in a while.
Have her disguise self her ass into the borders.
So anyway, yeah, you guys hop down. She starts walking you kind of outside the, kind of like walking you around the keep and just kind of like spiraling out around the keep.
Point at the spot, look at Jenna. Hey, that's where I died, Jenna.
Yeah, you're not even sure. You're like, is she trying to get lost? Where's she going? It doesn't smell like she's going anywhere. As you're just following behind her. Valerian is also, walking with you as well.
Mr. Creepy Face.
Yeah. Well, he's got a nice, he's got a nice human face again, but.
Yeah, I smile when I look at him, and I look over to Genre and make a real worried face.
Yeah, yeah, she kind of does a little quick reflection of that worried face as well. She's like,
It's like
And then
quirk
she
of
kind of
the
like
eye.
looks away.
Uh, that's
And
just weird.
he's like, yeah, he says, yeah, and as Sornaya is not talking, he turns to you and says, "So, have you have you fought many valorous foes?"
It's gonna be fucked if that's what Zanelle's really like, and I don't know it. Fought many valorous foes. I've fought many things since coming to Segway. I don't think you could count a single one of them as valorous.
But I'm sure you've performed honorably in all your dealings, nonetheless.
I've
Right?
tried what I can, but there's only so much that I can do alone. Hell, the reason I came out here is because I was laid low by a single rotten worm in my last battlefield encounter.
He
Something about that scream paralyzes one.
he uh he goes he goes, "Oh, one of these corrupted worms I've heard of. These strange manifestations."
The roosting corpses.
He um right about as you're like just talking about the roosting and corpses, uh suddenly like Soraya kind of like spins on her heels and like just stares like first she thinks she's staring at you, but then you realize she's staring kind of like behind you. And so you guys you kind of
Whip
look and
around.
turn around, and there's a unicorn there, but it's like got like these kind of like it's kind of like gray and like has these kind of like black veins running through it. The base of its horn is kind of like blackened right around it as well. It definitely the flesh on it just looks a little bit like weird. A little like slightly mottled or something. Again, just like where it's like blackened. It's kind of like uh, inflamed or something. You're not really sure exactly what it is. It just does not look normal.
Hey,
Um, and
another glamored friend of yours?
um, she so nice. So she says uh, that would be an insult. It wishes to be seen. Um, it then just kind of takes a few steps forward towards you.
Friend or foe? I'm just gonna ask over my shoulder.
You ask friend or foe?
Yeah, not to it, to Shania.
So now, okay, so now, okay. Uh,
I don't know
it
if he has
says,
some good stuff to say.
and she goes, even if it is your foe, I would not strike it.
What would you suggest? Is it still walking towards us?
Yeah, it's just like walking towards you. Janner is kind of like gripping her weapon.
She'll put a hand on her shoulder and we'll start backing away, I guess. And I'll ask again, what do you suggest we do? If not, strike this nasty looking son of a bitch.
Yeah, I just like kind of like just walks right up to you. You're backstepping a little bit, and then she just face it. Don't cower.
Ah, that's not my character.
Well, Janra's a non-cower, so maybe she's holding you forward
Sweet.
as you like
I like
backstep.
that.
Yeah,
I
she's
still want to back away, but
yeah, she's holding your
genre
hand
is
a little
feeling
bit
me.
and keeping you. And she's like gripping your weapon, but also she's been holding your hand anyway, so she's just kind of holding you there a little bit.
But she's holding my weapon hand, so I'm
So,
gonna take one step forward and put my shield in front of both of us, and I'm gonna wait. I trust her now. She ain't steered me wrong yet.
all right, yeah, you look at it. You look at the eyes. They're just like black eyes staring
I'll
at you.
look at him. I blink several times, looking into the abyss.
You hear then you hear in your mind, "It is agreed." Then the unicorn turns around and walks off. As it's like walking behind a tree, it just kind of disappears.
Doing that Batman trick.
Doing that Batman shit, yeah. Yeah, you turn to look Sonai.
Uh,
Sonai says, "It is agreed." Yeah.
that's what it said.
Yeah. You will be aided.
Okay.
She's like, I understand. She's like, I understand any feelings of fear and revulsion you may have had. Those are ones you should experience. But know that that beast was not always as such.
What happened to it?
She turns and looks and turns to you and says, um, "Certainly the." She turns and says, and she says, there's a dark corruption that came from the felling of this tree and the releasing of that which was sealed inside it. One which threatened uh, nature itself.
And what would that be?
I believe it dwells in Segwir now.
Just look at the fucking gigantic ass tree and the big hole, the big X hole. Look where the unicorn went behind the tree. It's a wonder it hasn't killed us all yet.
She turns and says, yet it was humans that did this, just as they did to the forest. Humans
So,
that released the corruption that was here. Same corruption that Antira tore her own legs off. You see the knight like nod his head uh, in order to remove the corruption from herself.
like the god?
I, the god, the one that plucked the corruption from the womb of Salak's yarn. Before it could be fully birthed into this world.
And perhaps instead of leaving Segware, everyone that knows the truth should combat that which inhabits Segware. If that is at all possible.
She looks at you and says, "What makes you think it is?
I don't
Perhaps
know.
you're."
That's why I said if.
She so she says, "I do not believe it is, nor does anyone else here have any faith in humanity."
Take Genre's hand. Well, I do. But I will do what is in accordance with your wishes. And continue my operation as it has been going, unless you have any suggestions.
She she turns and turns around, sees you gripping the hand of Genre, and she says, "Humans fight and kill for love as much as anything else. Maybe that's actually the problem. From the stories that are told to me now, that may exactly be the problem."
What do you mean?
She says, "I've learned much since coming here. Much of the things I tell you now I did not know." She says, "There's a lord by the name of Tyrander Segwir. He loved a guardian, a beautiful elven woman, one of which I believe you have already met."
He loved a beautiful elven, and I've met her.
Lasriella Greywillow. You fought her.
Lazaria. Is that the druid?
That is the druid of which you speak, I'm sure of it. She was a guardian of the great tree here, one which many, many years ago was used to seal away the terrible unborn spawn of Salix Yarn. Of course, she would not leave the tree, and it forbid her from any sort of romantic entanglement with the Lord of Segwir. So, he established plans for a new fort to be built, and the area which was to be built was upon this tree. An unfortunate and irrational, but for his love, decision.
So they met before she was a guardian? Or did he come visit her out here in this tree?
She says, "I'm afraid I wasn't privy to the intimate details of their relationship. This was some time ago."
Indeed, indeed. My people are a short-lived race.
You might ask Lazriella if you wish more details.
There was a dire wolf that stalked me here. Perhaps it was her. She would not approach, or at least the wolf would not approach.
I already said it was her.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't paying attention.
She, So you see, perhaps love is the problem. But really, I think humans will kill and destroy for just about any reason, including love.
Trying to think of a suitable example I've seen since I've been here. Everybody sort of kills everybody in Segweir.
You hear, you hear Valorant say, "My lady is certainly not the most optimistic of lieges, but I would defer to her wisdom."
I forget for a moment that he's a monstrosity and look
Yeah.
back and kind of nod my head and smile when he's like, not the most optimistic. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm talking to a demon puppet. And look back. Indeed. I find it peculiar that it is the light of your truth that ended up bringing us together. Referring to genre.
She says. She turns and looks at you. The light shows the light of my truth. She chuckles a little bit and says,
We're just making her case for it.
Yeah, she chuckles and looks over and says, "It's simply." She looks and says, "It has a way of breaking away all the petty concerns that were likely holding you back."
Yes, I can't thank you enough for taking away genre's pain over her loss.
She nods. She nods, says, "So long as you live with purpose, you can outstride your pain. I'm happy to give you that gift."
I'll just do some sort of honor gesture, the nod, and the hand over the chest, closed fist. Insert honor gesture here.
Mm-hmm. She says, "So then, I guess you will be traveling back."
And actually, there's one more personal matter I'd like to ask about.
What is this?
It's something possibly me just being a bit greedy, but do you have the power to restore limbs to people?
She says, "Who is it that is in need of restoration?"
Mert, the male that we frequent with. Perhaps a potential husband one day. Looking over genre. I don't know what her feelings are on all this.
She or
But we gotta ride that polygamy train.
Sonaya says, should your plan be a success, there will be a time for boons.
That's all I can ask. Zanelle doesn't say it, but she thinks about asking for scale restoration in the back of her mind. Cure the impurities of my shitty bloodline. But she doesn't say that.
um, she says, I have something to ask for you as well. She says, please please take Valor and Greenblade with you to Seguir, and see that he finds some place to stay.
Mm.
That is his wish. She is. Indeed, thank you, my lady. He might be able to aid you as well, at least should you find yourself in danger. You might be able to make your way to him for assistance.
Indeed. Well, Genre, looks like we have to fabricate a story on how we found this gentleman here. That's the thing. Guy. Dude.
No story. Fabricate a story. I would not have it. You met me in the woods. This is all we need. This is all we need, sir.
You don't understand the levels of suspicion I am under.
Well, and he says, well, I will not tell a lie. She has,
A slow turn to Cernaya.
she says, I didn't say you had to bring him with you everywhere you go. Just make sure he gets settled in.
Indeed.
And she turns and says, and if Zanelle tells a lie while you're with her, you will keep to that lie. He kind of like, you see him kind of like, almost looks like he kind of like shivers for a second. And then he says, and he goes, yes, my lady, for you.
Thank Vishtara and Shariel. God, this is some creepy shit.
Yeah, he says,
Creepy puppet man. Was I privy to any conversations about the Night of the Rose? It sounded familiar. I thought I had them confused with the Inquisition.
the Unbinding Inquisition was the name.
Unbinding Inquisition. And these guys are different. But I swear I've heard Night of the Rose before.
Probably because Night of the Rose is a common Night of the Rose type thing. It's a thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is probably many Night of the Roses.
God damn it. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this guy in there without somebody raising a red flag. Weehaw!
Don't think he's going to pass the Jasir smell test?
I won't make it past anybody smelled death. I'm like, hey guys, I just left town on
But
vacation.
by the way, he smells kind of like let's see, kind of like he has a very earthy kind of almost like crushed grass and like lavender,
He's that fucking puppet ball.
like a crushed grass and yeah, kind of like lavender kind of smell to him.
Fuck. I'm gonna take grass clippings here and sneak him into the city.
Yep.
Damn it. Damn it. That's a tough one. Sweet, I thought I was about to get ganked by paladins.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit. Saw one, there's 100 more. Get out.
So yeah, I guess you guys head on back.
Yeah. That'd been a hell of a twist though if I got here and fucking Cernia was fucking murdered. What? What the fuck is the compulsion binding me? It was just me the whole time. Oh yeah, how are we gonna get mulch here into the city without it being really weird?
Well, like I said, it's not like you have to. Yeah, how do you want to do it?
I don't know. I'm debating about being just plain bold faced with it and being like, this motherfucker, we found him in the woods. He seemed real weird,
Yeah.
and we couldn't leave him out there. Afraid to ask for his full plate now. I don't know what's underneath of it.
So do you want to yeah, I guess the question is would you just like the most like normal slash brazen you could be about it would be just walking him straight into the halfway in
Yeah,
and just telling him to get a room there.
But I'm just afraid they're gonna be like, look at that insight check. It's time to do it. And fucking just see her. I'm gonna be like, I just found this guy in the woods. He's gonna be like, let's do some truth check on that one. And be like, no, you didn't.
Technically true.
Still technically true. I don't know. I don't know if I'm good enough at lying by omission and shit. Be like, hey. Dun, dun, dun. He'd read my body language. I'd be like, yeah, something's off.
But yeah, you could. I mean, just here might not necessarily be there anyway, or whatever. So you could just like walk them in and tell them to get a room with the halfway in. Sound about right? Is that the plan?
I don't know if I should walk him to the Adventurers Guild and have Mert roll him into the folds. That way we could be like, I don't know, he's some new adventurer in town.
Well, ask Mert to use one of his rooms for him to stay there with Mert.
Oh, I'm not going to leave this guy with Mert.
So is it halfway in then, or is it something else? Is it some other option?
Some other bullshit. I guess he'll be nearby at the halfway. Basically, that's the big risk, big reward. Like, I'm just be like, this fucking dude. And if when they start asking him, he's gonna be like, I don't remember shit. They'll be like, what hey bullshit have you brought us now, Brian?
Right.
That's some horse shit. You can't just waltz him in there. I don't remember nothing. I smell like rats. Face gets a little fucked up sometimes. I don't know. And I'm just like, fucking, this guys just followed us here. It's awful. If he goes in there, he has to not be associated with me in any fashion. Like I literally
She's
cannot.
saddled you with this giant liability.
But pretty much, she's like, take this cocksucker with you. Take this guy juggling red flags over here. This is horseshit. Thanks, Sir Naya. Wanted that plan to succeed pretty good, didn't you? Shit. Oh man, this is bullshit. Shit and horseshit. I might have him wait outside town, go to Mert, have Mert send people to collect him, get him signed up with papers and documents at the Adventurers Guild or whatever, then have him come on his own to the halfway inn. That way, I'm not fucking associated.
He's yeah. So he's like, so you want me to pretend that we just met?
We don't know each other.
So we'll just have met for that first time at the halfway inn.
Yes, that sounds like the best plan, Sir Greenblade.
Like, as loath as I am uh, to tell this lie, I have sworn it. So my honor demands that I go through this charade with you.
Yep. It's more like a game. You'll get used to it. You see, there's the good, there's the greater good, and there's the greatest good. And this lie places us in the category of the greatest good.
Well, that is the category that I wish to be in.
Excellent.
Though I do not yet understand this game.
You pick up the rules as you go.
Alright. So yeah, so he says thank you for teaching me, and he drops down on one knee and says I actually he says perhaps because of my memory it is always very important to learn new things.
You may rise, Sir Knight.
He stands. He says, "Fare ye well." Well, I'm assuming this is being said while you guys are basically about to split up, and you're about to go ahead, and he's about to wait there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think we want to wait him like days away from the city.
No, he'd be just outside the city. He'll be just,
Yeah. But yeah, I would like knight him with the face layer, but he might burst into flames. Yeah, so that's the plot. We're gonna go back like nothing happened, and we had a good vacation. She's gonna talk about her ring to everybody. Dun, dun, dun. I'm like, it's pretty cool, but I don't know. And I'm gonna let Mert in that I'm trying to get his fucking leg healed. Like later on, be like, hey, trying to. So my overall goal with Mert is to turn him into a hero. He'll get his leg back, and then we'll start training and all that shit. We'll make him into a damn hero like he wants to.
It's a great goal. It's a great goal. Very, very nice.
But we're all going to be dispelled and hate each other by the end of it, so it's okay.
Yeah, we'll see if things change after the uncursing.
I can't wait. It's going to be fucking hilarious. That's what I should like. I should have brought this guy straight into the city and then seen if they were like, all right, so now stop.
Just stop.
Just stop it. And then, like, if they start the investigation, or if they would just still let it ride.
Like then you get like uncursed, and then they get uncursed, and then Jasir gets like grabbed.
And then Jasir's the one pulling the plots behind the scenes, and I'm just like, oh fuck, I ruined everything. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
All right. Well,
it's gonna be funny whatever happens.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess that's the scene.
Woo.
Good stuff.
Or tragic.
Yeah, that's the tragedy. The tragedy of Zanelle.
Down, this is a fucking Grecian play waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! Now I have to work on the downtime story.
Yeah, I got some stuff I wrote a little while ago. I got put up there soon.
Well, probably tomorrow because I'm lazy.
True that. All right, brother.
Indeed. That was fun. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Take it easy, man.
Yep. Do the same.